Quilos e 700 para Charles Oliveira.
Surprisingly, the UFC Rio de Janeiro weigh-ins, not being in English, but being in Portuguese, being in Brazilian, the beginning choppiness of the weigh-ins, right? Everybody's YouTube channel, the first 3 minutes, it was pretty choppy. But other than that, the UFC official Rio de Janeiro weigh-ins was absolutely amazing in my opinion, compared to some of the weigh-ins that we've been having. There were a lot of face-offs today that made me more excited for the fights taking place tomorrow. Russian Ronda facing off with Mosquito, my friends. As Russian Ronda gets into the stage, she takes off her shirt, tries to throw it to the stands, and slips out her hands. She looked like she was on drugs. The excitement that she was throwing, I don't know what she was doing. It's like she was fighting at home or something. Okay? Then you had Lucas Rocha square off with your boy Stuart Nickel. Absolutely great face-off. You had Stuart Nickel shake his hand, and at first Lucas Rocha doesn't shake his hand, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is what I like to see. But after the intense face-off, Stuart Nichols puts his hand out there again. Lucas Rocha accepts it and shakes his hand. All right, that was exciting though. Then you had Victor Petrino. And let me tell you guys something, man. I have never seen Thomas Peterson get stared down like that in my life. I think he was scared. I think as Victor Petrino was looking into his eyes, and as Thomas Peterson started stepping back, he bumped into his friend. Boom. It didn't even know what was going on. And I think it's because, dude, Victor Petrino is a goddamn monster. And him facing off with you intimidates anybody, my people, all right? Then I want to talk about Vicente Luque facing off with Joel Alvarez, you guys. When I seen Vicente Luque come out in the morning, he didn't look that good. And when I seen him come out today at the official weigh-ins, in my opinion, he didn't look that good again. I just don't see a way for Vicente Luque to win this fight unless he gets the takedowns. Because Joel Alvarez, my people, if you compare him in the morning weigh-in show compared to him right now, it is two completely different fighters. Same thing for Montel Jackson, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Joel Alvarez from Spain looked absolutely humongous. This is a guy who's supposed to fight at the welterweight division of 170 pounds. All right? But he looks like he's weighing 185 pounds right now. Joel Alvarez looks big, man. And I understand why he's the -600 favorite going into this fight, because I think he has an advantage in this fight against Vicente Luque, who did look pretty exciting at the weigh-ins. You know, he looked like he was there. He was into it. He kept picking up his hands, waving to the fans and everything like that, which is great to see. But in my opinion, Joel Alvarez looked like the stronger, better fighter so far, okay? Then we move on. Davidson Figueiredo versus Montel Jackson. We knew that there was going to be a height discrepancy. You knew that there was going to be a height advantage for your boy, Montel Jackson. But it's pretty bad, bro. It's pretty bad, all right? In the mornings, I said, both fighters didn't look that good. You had Davidson Figueiredo come in with black eyes. I mean, he didn't look good at all. His muscles didn't look that good. When he was on the scale, when he started flexing, he didn't look like he was in the best of shape. Montel Jackson looked really, really skinny. I was like, man, I know he has skinny legs and skinny waist, but he looked extra skinny. But today, at the official weigh-ins, no, whole different story. Davidson Figueiredo looked full. He looked happy. He looked energetic once again. You guys, don't forget that this is a UFC flyweight world champion. All right? He had 3 wins in a row when he moved up to the bantamweight division, and he's lost 2 in a row. But one of them, his last fight, was an injury. Okay? Now he's facing Montel Jackson, who I would say, when you look at rankings, is not as good as a Corey Sandhagen, but is almost the same body style, the same 1-2, not the crazy footwork like Corey Sandhagen, but kind of the same thing. Davidson Figueiredo, as they're facing off, you know, he likes to just kind of get a feel for them. It's bouncing around. I see it and I know this. As he switches stances and as Montel Jackson starts to turn around and turn his head, Davidson Figueiredo keeps his eyes on him. And as he keeps his eyes on him, what I see was wariness. He was looking at Montel Jackson, but I did not feel like he was looking through him like I've seen Davidson Figueiredo do in the past. All right? Then we go to the main event, my people. Charles the Bronx Oliveira looking good, all right? I made my reaction to the press conference to the early morning weigh-in show in the morning. And I said he had eyes that look like crazy eyes. Verna Jernanova, all right? I made a video saying, dude, is there something wrong with Charles Oliveira? Because his eyes look crooked. But I'm completely mistaken. All right, as the actual official weigh-ins coming today, Charles Oliveira is not dehydrated anymore. He got his eyes back behind him. They're straight. All right, his eyes are straight. And what that tells me is that this is a Charles Oliveira, a hungry Oliveira, who's coming in here against Mateus Gamrot, who, he looked ready, man. Mateus Gamrot, coming into this UFC weigh-in official way, he knows every single fan out there is going against him. But Gamrot looked like a tank. Like a tank who just snorted a line of crystal meth, boom, and is ready to get down. He said something to the Brazilian fans, and I don't speak whatever language Mateus Gamrot speaks. But it sounded like he was saying something bad, all right?
Expecting for tomorrow night. Hey, galeras, sem medo. Tô pronto pra guerra sempre. Senhoras e senhores, Mateus Gamrot.
Man, these weigh-ins were actually exciting, man. I like the fact that all these fighters were getting into each other's faces. UFC Rio de Janeiro, all the Brazilians were putting out today, my friends, holding it down for their country. And now, it's time. The weigh-ins are done. Guys are going back, eating. They're recovering their bodies. And tomorrow night, we're going to figure out what's going to happen in the future for Charles Oliveira, who many may say he's coming into this a little too early, or Mateus Gamrot, who's coming in this 2 weeks and a half notice, who's also at a disadvantage, my people. Both men, disadvantages. Very, very interesting fight, you guys.